system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel must evacuate immediately. Deactivating and releasing all locks.
Now I'm back. Royally and awesomely. My feet are cold. It was freaking cold over there. Our windows are open. So, in case you're new or curious, my Tuesday and Thursday streams are usually so long that I need to have like a longer like in between time. I thrive to do the Tuesday and Thursday streams to have like or be like 9 hours. I need an actual proper food break during these. Yeah, man, it was freaking gold in there. Oh. I barely put any mustard on my food. Fuck. That was just idiotic. I'm gonna start setting up my Xbox. Actually. I'm gonna have less Outer Worlds today. This was not on my bingo card. See, I expected to be done with Resident Evil Survival Unit in like an hour today. I did not expect this. Man. I was not expecting that with Survival Unit at all. You'd think the manual save would be the greatest save I made. This is very different kind of music. I gotta say. Why is it orange? Ah. Wait a second. Alright, I'm gonna go put my platter or plate away. Then let's start. Promise y'all. That's the start. Alright. Anybody ready to continue the Outer Worlds? Anybody? Anybody? Let's go Outer Worlds. Yo YouTube, welcome back to the Outer Worlds. I am so weirded out to go. I felt like the curtain was moving behind me even though the fan is not. So weird to go back into this after a long gaming session of Resident Evil Survival Unit, which I just did.
Something you need?
Let's see if I still remember how to play the game. It's been like a week. I still don't know what we're doing and stuff, but like it's been a week. We're gonna deliver the power to Edgewater because to my knowledge you get the best ending by doing so. Because later on you can convince these folks like just move on to Edgewater. Depending on probably like my speak ability and shit like that. It's all probably dependent on that. I love big RPG words like Fallout and this where those bodies to stay on the goddamn floor or ground.
I always wanted to poke around in here. Where are we headed?
How is it not taking any damage whatsoever?
That's the last of them.
Oh yeah, because they're just weak to plasma. That's why.
This rifle.
It's weird to be back on a controller after playing with a mouse just recently. I wasn't really even using the keyboard with that game. But hey, it's good to switch between platforms. I'm a fucking gamer. Well, things certainly went to shit in here, obviously. With scientists being dead and shit. Obviously. Too bad I think my chatter's left due to the break. Ugh. I just need that longer break, like on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I do want to stream all those hours. It's just like the amount of hours that I stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's like almost 9 hours always. So I want and need a break. Let's just go through the front door. Let's not be pussies. Let's be brave. From the planet to your living room. It's Spacer's choice. What the fuck was that about? I don't know why I just got like a lag spike.
The control room should be off to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing.
What do you probably consider the right thing?
Where are we headed? Nice one! That's the last of them!
Dude, the plasma weapons are fucking goated. Goddamn goated. Emerald Well geothermal plant, the Spacer's choice property. I had to borrow your copy of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. Radio has been sputtering and I needed the reference. I've returned the copy to the repair bay. Chaos everywhere, mechanicals gone haywire, gunfire, hearing some screams. Oh, law, I think that was someone's leg. Would like to leave early for the day. Please deduct the delinquent fee from my pay. Thank you. Proud to be a member of Spacer's Choice family.
Got it. Inside voices.
Inside voices. Shovel? What the fuck?
Oh, wow!
Unlock office door. Okay. Miss Braden. This letter serves as an informal notification for a company's displeasure toward your management of the Emerald Vale geothermal plant for reasons related to exceeding your staff budget in your latest quarterly report. Please select 5 subordinaries to be dismissed immediately. Additionally, please contact our office to schedule your official reprimand at your earliest convenience. Failure to schedule your official reprimand will result in an official reprimand. The Spacer's Choice family would like to collectively remind you that working for Spacer's Choice is not a right but a privilege. Emerald Well geothermal plant. From Jape Braden. Oh, where's my chat window? To the esteemed members of the Emerald Well Development Oversight Committee, I hope this letter finds you wealthy. After due consideration of your last letter, I have identified and terminated no fewer than 5 subordinates who were unable to provide sufficient justification for their ongoing employment. I would like to remind the Oversight Committee that while most of Emerald Well has failed to meet its production and output quotas, particularly our agriculture and fishing / canning departments, neither of which are anywhere close to profitable, the Emerald Well geothermal plant remains committed to providing cheap, cost-efficient power to the entire region. Regards, Juno Braden, manager. Miss Braden, we have investigated the claims made against the profitability of the greater Emerald Vale region. Our officers agree with you. Agriculture and fishing / canning have experienced a steady decline, while the Emerald Vale geothermal plant remains somewhat profitable. Our officers are currently investigating ways to implement additional cost-saving measures which will ultimately lead to a leaner, more streamlined, more efficient geothermal power plant. Please be informed that the Spacer's Choice Development and Oversight Office has taken a significant insurance policy against the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. The office would like to assure you that this insurance policy is a standard procedure. Do not attempt to interpret, understand, or otherwise extrapolate meaning from this decision. As a special courtesy, we have deployed a proprietary team of engineering specialists to the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. This team of specialists have been instructed to refill and upgrade the plant's population of auto mechanicals free of charge. Thank you for your cooperation. Cooperation.
Great work.
Let's check out this direction first. Because I don't know, I have a feeling that this direction forces you to go to that direction anyway. Plant status. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. No, I have to make that choice.
Three switches. That'll be easy enough.
Hey, I was right. The game forces you to go here anyway. Personal files. Access personal log 079. Geothermal Security Office, personal logs, S. Tanaka, Chief of Security. Chester Higgins again. That whole head found him fiddling around with one of the mechanicals, so I had to write him up for tampering with company property. Just in case I'm reading this a couple of days from now on and feeling bad for what I've done, let me just remind myself that I've warned him before. He's always been a little crooked in the skull. He was working on some logic module. I confiscated it. It should be in my lockaway room for the foreseeable future. Oh, personal log 087. Doesn't sit right with me. Company's been replacing our guards with auto mechanicals. At this rate, I'm going to end up as chief of security with no staff, just a small army of mechanicals knocking about, guns pointed every which way. Company tells us they're safe, programmed to treat us humans like their own. People are liable to break down, but an auto mechanical never will. I don't know, doesn't sit right with me, but this company's never been wrong before, I suppose. 098. Geothermal Security Office, personal logs. Worst has happened, mechanical's gone crazy, locked myself down here. Just trying to gather any courage, gonna make a mad dash for the control room. Might be able to shut things down. Will delete this entry if I ever return. 006 message. Geothermal Security Office. Greetings, Security Chief 5 Tanaka. This is automated message initiated by Spacer's Choice Worker Safety Contingency Protocols. A security lockdown has been initiated. This is not a test. Your behavior during this lockdown will be reviewed during your quarterly audit. Anxiety is a common side effect of life-threatening situations endangered by security lockdowns. Fight back against anxiety with an ice-cold bottle. Zero G Brew. Zero G Brew, an ale that's good for what ails you. Hello.
I'm ready for this. Don't mess with us. You got him.
Flywheel. Yeah, it sucks that my chatter's left. You know, again, like I need this longer of a break between Thursdays or on Thursday and Tuesday streams. So if there is ever a YouTube audience for me, if you're curious, yeah, I stream every day usually except Fridays, and I've made Thursdays and Tuesdays like my longer stream days. I'm usually live from 9 p.m. all the way to 6 a.m. And that's not an issue. I like it like that, but
Incoming.
I do need a break, you know, to get food. And change game and categories and stuff like that. Melee weapon mod. I don't think that I need it because melee is not my build at all.
There's two more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power to the Vale? Yeah, huh?
Self-diagnostics complete. Navigation systems operational. Combat systems operational. It's
Jeremy.
not the best choice. It's the spacer's choice.
You made it out of that
All
junkyard.
systems fully operational. Return journey successfully completed. Spacer's Choice would like to thank you for complying with your duties.
This is odd. Why aren't you attacking me?
Hostile actions towards Spacer's Choice mechanics are contrary to logical directive. Conclusion: all hostile automechanicals must be defective in compliance with Spacer's Choice policy. All defective automechanicals must be permanently dismantled. Please allow me to assist.
Let me get this straight. You want to help me destroy other mechanicals?
Affirmative. Mechanicide protocols loaded. Awaiting confirmation.
Confirmation granted. I like the sound of that. Brought a copy of Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. I think it's volume 3. I need something to read down in the pit. Much obliged. C. Higgins. Chester's passcode. What the fuck is Chester?
No, just leave me alone.
Oh my god, I'm just getting like flashbacks, like, I remember this. I don't exactly remember what's happening here, but I remember this.
You're not real. You're not real. Go away, Phantom. No, just leave me alone. Not real. You're not real. Not real. You're not real. Go away, Phantom.
Phantom.
Get away.
You okay?
Get away. You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot. Scram.
Calm down, I'm not trying to hurt you.
You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
Slow down and tell me what's going on.
Clearly, I mistook you for one of the phantoms of my imagination, which terrorized me on occasion. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
How long have you been down here?
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days.
Uh-huh, and what exactly do you do here?
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
How have you been surviving all this time?
Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides.
That's disgusting.
Well, yes, for the uninitiated palate. A true gourmand appreciates the sprat's complex melange of flavors. Braised, boiled, charred, skewered. Sprats are good eating, friend. Chock full of brain food.
What happened to this place?
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
And you weren't killed? No. That's horrible. How could this have happened?
You mean, why did the Mechanicals go on a murderous rampage? Same reason any of us do, I suppose. The voices told them to do it. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
You mentioned being an engineer.
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries. Repaired them, maintained, upgraded. Did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
If you worked on these mechanicals, you must know a way to stop them.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the Mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
I can deal with mechanicals. I made it. Ugh. I made it this far, didn't I?
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Mechanicals follow the behavior of their logic module. Someone tampered with it.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
Any idea where I can find a logic module?
Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module. The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy. Forgot what you were gonna say? Me too.
Skills. Um. No. Actually, yes. Dun, dun, dun. How's my chatters? How's your Tuesday? Select new mode. Oh. Select new target. Define intruders. Now they're not gonna attack me anymore. As fucks.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded. Incoming! Ah!
I hope Jeremy's not dead, or hopefully we didn't kill Jeremy. I don't want Jeremy to die. Yeah, where did Jeremy go? What the hell? I'm starting to suspect that we killed him.
Halt. Processing.
Incoming! Where to go? If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the Veil? Where are we headed?
Yeah, what does happen? The big choice right here. The big choice.
Celeste. I'm not sure what the right is. Alls I know is the decision's final. Something you need?
I'm really curious, where the fuck did Jeremy disappear? Oh, well, he's probably dead. Unfortunately.
Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
I wouldn't mind hearing your opinion.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
I see your point. I think I'm ready to make a decision.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
I'm glad you did. I like hearing from you.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
My only headcanon currently is we killed Jeremy. I killed Jeremy, people. I killed him. Sorry, Jeremy.
You did the rightest thing you could, sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise. People I care for. Even if they ain't care much for me.
They're not that negative towards me, which is surprising. It rose a little bit, of course. But I think it could have been worse. Wow, 40 minutes have already passed. Jesus, when I fucking play this game, the time just flies by, man. Oh, it's night. Alright, time to start using the fast travel a little bit. Because at this point we're just traveling back to the places like to deliver like the quest news basically. We did this quest. We did this quest.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
You only are missing the one. The elusive Port 3 is someone stashed away inside the old geothermal plant.
The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati. I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit. What's on your mind?
Keep your wits about you. Keep your... I don't...
Marauders can't see us in the dark.
Zoe says she fought her way out of a...
Don't know how much long... Keep your wits... Keep your...
Sorry.
I like how I got Zoe back here, then I just divert the power away from here. Like, what an asshole. Convincing somebody to come over here, but then like... Yeah, like, come on.
Home is where the heart is. Marauders.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
This isn't personal, Adelaide. I need your power regulator.
You killed my garden, destroyed my community, sentenced my flock to a lifetime of slavery in Edgewater for a power regulator. Well, shit, I wish it was personal. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
I'm willing to deal with Reed for you.
You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together.
Reed isn't going to just leave his post. I'll need some help convincing him.
Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses.
What the fuck?
I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients.
That's disgusting.
If I were in a better mood, I might be inclined to try and change your mind. Look at that. The snake's come back.
I can't believe we're almost done with all the quests in, like, in this planet. We actually get to go onto the ship and go to other places. I think the next place the game gives you is the ship. And we're gonna be there for the next, like, fucking hours.
Never seen the Vale lit up like this before.
You mentioned a logic module. I found one in the geothermal plant.
Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the Resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple of bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
Take care.
Something you need?
I like how that increased my reputation among Spacer's Choice, even though this guy has his like own personal doings. It has nothing to do with Spacer's Choice. Makes sense.
It's a fine new day in Edgewater. The cannery hums, streetlights and faces glow. I suppose this means the two of you were able to sort out the matter?
I'm not sure I made the right decision.
There's little point in second-guessing now. Take comfort in the fact that your choices are always, ultimately, in line with the grand plan.
I found Adelaide's been digging up corpses to improve the soil.
From our own graveyard, just outside the gates. And Silas had not even an inkling. What do they pay the man for?
He spends all day digging graves, Vicar. Sir. Sometimes he's got to sleep.
Yes, of course. My reaction was unreasonable.
You don't find what Adelaide's doing objectionable?
I'd need to give it careful consideration before answering. If it does improve the soil, it would seem to be a benefit overall. Once the spark of life is fled, the mortal form is but unanimated matter, comprised of the same elements as the rest of the universe. We inter for the comfort of the living, not the benefit of the dead. While distasteful, I would judge Ms. McDevitt's actions beneficial to the greater good.
I'm surprised you'd say that. It doesn't seem disrespectful to you.
Only to the feelings of the living. The dead are no more concerned with their corpses than a snake is with the skin it shed. The greater good is to tend to the needs of the living, not the dead.
I've got your book.
Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I...
Wait.
Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn. You're
overreacting a bit, don't you think?
Overreacting? Do you have any idea how many years I spent in... No. You couldn't possibly know, could you? I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted.
Plague-hidden backwater? What happened to all your crap about leading your flock?
Please, those dolts? Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the true nature of reality with people who have no interest beyond their next Aetherwave program. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew.
What's in it for me?
Free spiritual counseling, someone to watch your back, not to mention a grown-up in the party.
I'm 28.
She's that old?
I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument really. I'm also a passable gun hand if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well.
Spiritual counseling? Are you even a real Vicar?
Of course. I'm a vicar who is dedicated to his calling.
Excuse me, Vicar.
More dedicated than any other you'll find in this colony. I joined the OSI to help decipher the grand plan. But instead, I ended up the vicar in a prison due to ignorance and politics. Then I came here. Satisfied?
I don't think you were being completely honest with me about that book. What's the story?
It's the journal of one of the originators of the Philosopher's School of Thought, though it would be more than a century before it was perverted into that belief system. Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of that came later. Bakonu had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan.
How'd you get assigned to prison duty?
Most laypeople are not aware of this, but we've not discovered any new insights into the plan for a long, long time. I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where we found it. I had the worse idea to share my thoughts with a superior. And that's the long and short of it. So, what do you think?
Sounds good. Let's go.
Fantastic. I promise you won't regret this.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery, and to leave this place behind. It is my esteemed pleasure to serve as your crew vicar, Captain.
Where are we headed?
By verity, by strength. What are we contemplating today?
I'd like to know something about those I'm flying with. What's your story?
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Well, in the enthusiastic disposition?
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
Were they not religious?
On the contrary. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
But weren't they proud when you became a vicar, at least?
They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me.
This plan of yours sounds like a convenient way to control the masses.
It can be if abused, but that can be said about anything. However, in the case of the board and Halcyon, sadly, I believe you are correct.
Seems quite trusting of you to sign on without knowing anything about me.
I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
What if the book doesn't have the answers you're looking for?
I honestly don't know what I'd do. This quest has consumed me for the better part of my life. I fear there's nothing else left to me. What about you? What's your story?
I was a colonist on the Hope. A scientist named Wells saved me.
And how did he do that?
He stole my body from the Hope and of the edge of the colony and thawed me out.
Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now?
I'm helping him recover more of the chemicals he needs to save the rest of the colonists.
That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
My friends are on the Hope.
Oh, I see. You have my condolences.
Tell me again about the book we picked up that's in French.
Bokonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
Remind me, what are your thoughts on the Philosophists?
Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the philosophist perversion of Bokonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death.
Any ideas where we can find someone who speaks French in this colony?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bokonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Seriously? Only one guy in this whole colony that can translate French.
The only one I'm aware of. I suppose we could always just ask random passers-by if they are fluent in it.
That sounds like a great idea.
Can't believe my desperation has led me to you. Well, I just remembered there actually is a list like that. The Groundbreaker has access to it. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
How is it that simple Vicar happens to be such a highly skilled hacker?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
How will our crew manifest help us track down your scholar friend?
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Thank you, Captain. As always, I am at... What?
Let's talk about this personal quest of yours.
Of course. Are you ready to break into security on the Groundbreaker?
Remind me, why we want to do that?
If I can access the data cartridge from the terminal in security, I can easily hack into their arrivals and departures registry. That'll give us dates, times, and the crew manifests for every registered ship. I'll comb the last 6 months of departure. So, the simple version is this.
Tell me about the plan again.
The force which we call the Grand Architect created the universal equation that underlies and defines everything in the universe. Everything flows from the equation, or in layman's terms, the grand plan. Is the Grand Architect a consciousness? A natural force? Did it create the equation on purpose? The answers to these questions don't really matter. The equation, the plan, is all that matters. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in the plan.
That's a convenient way to control the masses.
It can be, if abused.
Alright, let's go. Actually, YouTube, before we go. That's the end of this part of the Outer Worlds. And hi YouTube, welcome back to the Outer Worlds.
You think corporate's ever gonna visit?
We're more than likely now leaving Edgewater, or like Emerald Whale planet on this one.
But salt tuna for a year.
This spot today. And I'm starting to feel tired
here.
all of a sudden.
Seemed scary from the outside.
Something to report?
I'm here to turn in a bounty.
We pay by the finger. What do you have for me?
Hand over Guillaume and Trim's finger.
Gil Antrim. Real name, Guillaume. Duly processed by a freelancer on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I remember him. Was just a kid last I saw him. Shame. I'll just need your signature here, 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 and here. Got any more fingers for me?
Hand over Dr. Mayabill's finger.
Mabel Burgess. Age 37. Right or left-handed? Let's just say no longer applicable. I remember Doc Burgess. Conducted my physical every fiscal quarter. Guess she couldn't keep her hands off her patient's medicine. Still one outstanding bounty. If you've got a finger, I've got the paperwork.
Hand over Birdie Cotton's finger.
Here we are. Birdie Cotton. Cause of death. Let's just say overwhelming physical trauma. Bert was the local preacher before Max took over. Always was quick to remind us that we all get what we deserve in the end. Well, that's all three. I must remember to requisition some more fingerprint ink. Here's all the compensation you've earned, plus a bonus.
What's this, Junior Deputy Constable?
You've done such a bang-up job hunting down our former workers that I thought it only proper to deputize you. Congratulations.
How did so many of your people end up marauders?
Let me stop you there. It is official Spacer's Choice policy that all marauders, regardless of prior affiliation to the Spacer's Choice brand, no longer qualify as our people.
That doesn't really answer my question.
Marauders are folk who lost the will to keep working, wandered out into the wilds and gave into their baser instincts. Not everyone's cut out to work in Edgewater. Some turn deserter, some turn marauder. None of them get my sympathy.
Yeah, I heard one of your workers shot himself. Eugene, I think.
Uh-huh. I recall young Eugene. Good kid. Nice smile. Fussy about his health, though. Took a little too much adrenatime. That'll do a number on your brain matter. Says so right on the warning label. Violent psychosis is a well-documented and legally accounted for side effect of adrenatime. What's on your mind?
I wonder what happens if you do give her the medicine.
I've got anthracillin, huh? I appreciate your vigilance on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I'll make sure this medicine goes sealed, packaged, and delivered to a Spacer's Choice. You are, of course, entitled to a reward for your compensation. Martin Abernathy. Being all Spacer's Choice.
So enjoy it.
I'm not giving her the medicine. That's not happening. Seems like a bad idea.
A friend of mine died a couple weeks back.
Somebody's been running around town raving about a colony ship. Plague must have gone into their brain matter. Thanks. I'll see to it that this medicine gets to the people who need it. Here, something for your trouble. Nothing personal, but I hope we never do business together again. Don't want to make a habit of consorting with smuggler types.
It's not that simple. You want my silence, you're going to have to buy it.
And there it is. The reason I don't like depending on a criminal. I kept a little contingency fee in case you decided to shake me down.
I'm curious, what are you going to give that? Who are you going to give that medicine to?
Somebody deserving. Silas on account of him being out in the cold. Amelia seeing how she's around people all the time. Anybody in the sick room?
Okay, I still can't believe we're still in the first planet. Like, where? Somewhere over here the game began, dude.
Where are we headed?
By very... What are we...
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
I spoke to Adelaide. She won't come back as long as you're here.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes, but I have done my best for this town.
Your town's a mess, Reed.
I have been holding this town together with both hands. You can't just expect me to leave. I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home.
Adelaide's people aren't getting sick with plague.
I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic.
This town doesn't eat anything but salt tuna. Of course you're going to get sick.
You are disparaging our parent company, and it is not appreciated. We are a Spacer's Choice salt tuna cannery. We eat salt tuna here, and only salt tuna.
I'm pretty sure it's your food that's making you sick. You need Adelaide's garden.
I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible. The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanists couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse.
Adelaide's found a way to grow food. She'll come back if you step down.
You'll excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
Look, Reed, all I know is that it involves some really complicated math and it works.
If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
This can't be easy for you.
I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy.
What are your plans?
A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them.
Why not?
No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement.
You don't want to last a day outside the walls, you know.
I don't know. I could see myself lasting a week.
You don't have to do this, you know.
I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how to tend to crop. She's what this town needs.
Take care.
As always, I am at any...
Something you...
Well, that's been taken care of. Good. Fast travel to Botanical Garden.
Look at that. The snake's come back.
I talked Reed into leaving. Come back to Edgewater.
I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward.
Edgewater's better off with you running the place.
You telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Take care.
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what to do is all.
Adelaide tells me she's moving back to Edgewater.
Adelaide said that? Was she sober at the time? I never imagined she'd step foot in Edgewater long as Reed ran the town. Something must have changed in Edgewater. Adelaide's good as family. If she's going back, so are we.
Keep your wits about you.
Never liked Reed much.
Can't say I'm sorry he's gone.
Don't see why Thomas can't just get the generator up and running. Something I can help you with?
What are you selling?
Keep your wits about you, friend. How do you expect me to enjoy the adventures of the masked?
Finally, we're getting our ship working. Captain Hawthorne.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
I can understand not wanting to go back. You didn't seem happy in Edgewater.
Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
You just met me. Why would you want to go into space with a stranger?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Edgewater was on the verge of collapse before you showed up. You sent them power, and now the town might see another season. And you talked Miss McDevitt into coming back to town. Maybe one day, Edgewater will have a garden where that cannery once stood. You ain't exactly a stranger anymore. You've done some kindness hereabouts. I wouldn't mind following somebody like that.
You really want out of Edgewater that badly?
Yeah, I really do. My whole life's been small. I realized that when you walked into town. I've been seeing the same faces every day, the same sky, the same stars. Then I saw this ship. This gorgeous, stately lady with her eyes turned skyward, and I made up my mind to come along with you.
I'm glad to have you along. Pick a cabin, it's yours.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Of course.
That was a good thing you did, Captain. Helping to bring the deserters and Edgewater folks back together. I hope you rest well on that.
I could spend hours reflecting on the secret workings of the universe. Little else in this colony offers such a relaxing pastime. So, tell me what's on your mind. I excel at confessional listening.
My ship! Wow, no loading screen between there.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I do for you, Captain?
I have a power
Do
regulator.
you know how to install a power regulator?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
I'll be back.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I've installed the power regulator.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Let's get out of here. Our ship, brothers. Our mother effing fucking ship. Against all odds, the unreliable takes flight. Yeah, I don't know where this tiredness came from. I'm suspecting it's because, like, the dialogue. Like, maybe the game is not the most action heavy when I'm
Communication request from Dr. Phineas
listening
Wells.
dialogue. Good, I've been waiting to hear from him.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
Get to the point, Finesse.
What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Why don't you need a nav key to land on a planet?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly. and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kilkelly.
Right, the black marketeer.
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
What's happening me from just leaving Halcyon altogether?
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place, and we can start by reviving the hope.
Fine, I'll have a word with Gladys.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology years ahead of its time. I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
You want to explain what a holographic shroud is?
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits, first-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
You mentioned this thing has limitations.
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
People will actually fall for this? Seems far-fetched.
Ha 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 ha! The beauty is they don't expect it. The shroud is the only one of its kind. We humans have a tendency to overlook the unexpected. Activate the disguise, walk past someone. What do they see? A figure dressed like a fellow employee. Don't act odd. They won't focus on you.
I'll put it to good use. Thanks.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Got it. Alright, YouTube recording on a pause. And I'll be right back. I need to wake myself up again a little bit. Jesus, where did this tiredness come from? BRB. God damn it. I probably was gone for an hour. Yep, I was gone for an hour. I fell asleep. I'm just gonna end the stream here. Hey YouTube, this is a short report. I'm getting back. But I'm ending it now. Yeah, never ever do I do a stream this late. Bad idea. I'm just gonna go to sleep, honestly. Fucking Jesus. I hate this shit. Sorry.